Hello everybody. Today I wanted to talk about how to read order flow on the daily bars for S&P 500 futures. For example, today is July 31st and we had the market close with 29,000 more sellers than buyers for the entire day. Even though this ended to be a green bar, but without order flow, you would not be able to see that there's significantly more sellers than buyers, which could give me a hint that the following days we might see some weakness in the market, similar to how we had it in mid-July here. The last few days have been pretty steady. We did have this strong wick rejection on the daily here, and then the next day there was 15,000 more buyers than sellers. And what's interesting is a lot of this selling happened mostly after market closed, and here I could show you on the intraday how that looks like. So what we had this end of day close after 12:50 p.m. Pacific time. And all of a sudden, you started seeing 3,700 sellers and buyers, 2,100. And then mainly after market closed at 1 o'clock here, Pacific time, you saw huge sellers step in here almost right before the market fully closed. We had 10,000 contracts here and then 12,000 contracts to the short side here. So pretty interesting on what will happen going forward. It was the end of the month for July, so it could also be some indication of hedge funds changing their order positions and so on. But I thought I wanted to share that to see how it'll shape up the next couple days and go from there. For those of you who know how I trade, I could show you a quick example of my strategy working out today. I just did one trade today, but for those that don't, I'll link a video right now so you could go check it out, see what I mean by where I was taking the trade and why, and you'll have a much better understanding if you watch that video. But what we saw here this morning was the market opened here, pushed lower, started recovering, and again after it broke this volume of cluster orders here, I'm looking for a potential short opportunity. And then as it went up, I saw some selling pressure stepping in here with 23,000 more contracts on the 20K bar. It started going up a little bit, and then I took a short at 46.15 here. And I did see some balance here with like almost some buying pressure here, but like almost balanced out for a 20K bar. There's only 200 more contracts on the buy side. 300 and 300, and then eventually we started seeing a 2500 candle bar here, and it pushed. The thing is, this market was pretty sideways in the morning, so I just ended up taking a profit into these lows here, and it ended up being like a pretty good short-term bottom here. Recovered, and then it pushed lower, but I already left for the day. So again, if you wanted to see exactly what I was looking at here, you could check out my video that I'll link and see why I took this opportunity here. That video, I share a lot about my 8 years of experience of trading, so it'd be very helpful for people that are either learning to trade or been doing this for a while. I'm going to try to create daily videos like this to show what I was doing during the day, as well as some market projections on what I see on the order flow on the daily. So for example, if I'm seeing a lot of sellers here, I could give you guys a heads up that the next few days might see some selling pressure. So obviously not guaranteed. We are still kind of in this bull market here, and I always look at the weekly volume profile as well as the monthly. And we see the same thing that I look at on the hourly is the volume clusters are just climbing steadily. And right now it needs for me to be a lot more bearish. I need to see this cluster of orders break probably below 45.50 here, and then maybe a retrace, and that's gonna be showing some weakness here. But until then, seeing 29,000 does show a lot of weakness to me, especially with this wick here, but it's not guaranteed that this thing will actually just significantly drop. So that's why I usually like to trade more on the intraday with a little bit of swing trading also. But I want to see something like, if I'm looking for a potential fade, I would be looking for seeing my strategy shaping up here. For example, how it broke out. Let's say if this was tomorrow, it broke down, retraced into this cluster of orders. I'm seeing some sellers. Take a short, put a stop above here. Or look, if it does keep climbing, For example, on Friday, another entry would have been watching as it's going up. It hit the initial balance here, the extension of the initial balance here. Seller stepped in, broke through this cluster of orders, retraced a little bit. Sellers started accumulating again. Perfect entry here, and then it sold off significantly. Unfortunately, I didn't catch this trade because I wasn't at my table anymore, but this would have been a perfect opportunity for a short. Well, that's all I wanted to cover in this video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, I would encourage you to subscribe. I create videos like these all the time to help educate other traders. Wish you guys all the best tomorrow.